Breaking news here on the Cowboys Report. The Dallas Cowboys and Osa Odighizuwa have agreed to a long-term deal before NFL free agency, mere hours before the NFL franchise tag deadline as well. As expected, there is sticker shock on this contract. It is a 4-year, $80 million deal. That's $20 million per year with $58 million guaranteed. Not overly surprised at the guaranteed figure. Back-to-back years on the franchise tag would have cost the team around 55 and change on the guaranteed figure, so that's mostly expected. Maybe even a slight positive that it doesn't come in at some of the reported 22.5, 24.5, 25. No, Albert Breer yesterday had said, he's going to get $25 million per year. So it comes in less than that, but there is sticker shock, and for good reason. So any one word, feel free to use it, safe space, even if you're upset about the deal. One word reaction to the Osa news and the extension. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Look, on one hand, $20 million is a lot of money for Osa, for a guy that I think is a really good pass rusher whose raw numbers don't reflect that, and whose run defense I still question at times. There are also reports of him getting more than $20 million, and I do believe that if Osa had hit the open market, he would have gotten more money. I believe that Osa is taking less to return to the Cowboys than he potentially could have gotten. And I'll say this too. This is a lot better than a franchise tag. I didn't want to tag Osa. Paying Osa gives the Cowboys more salary cap flexibility. And the Cowboys, if they'd begun free agency with Osa on the tag, would have been terrible. Paying Osa, we'll break down some of the contract stuff to our best guess. We don't have the details yet. I can't tell you what the actual cap hit's going to be in year one with any exact science yet. This does allow them to still have money to spend. We'll break this down, near the end of the show. You can have $50 million in cap space still, even paying Osa. And it fills your biggest need, because now you at least have a 3 technique. The interior D-line market, as we'll get into, has exploded. And the Cowboys are paying mostly a premium on that. So again, a safe space to vent. I know not all you like the deal, and I get that. So grade the Osa contract extension, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know at the pinned comments of today's show. If the ad comes here on YouTube, it's fine. Take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. Look, whatever the Cowboys decided they were going to do with Osa Odighizuwa was going to feature a lot of risk. They were going to have a gamble either way. You're paying a lot of money for a guy whose raw sack production doesn't look that great. He had 4.5 sacks last year. Now, when you go a step further and look at stuff like pass rush win rate and pressure rates and quarterback hits, those look really good. And that is indicative of somebody who can take another step forward. The downside is you're paying under the assumption you're going to get that next step forward. To be quite honest, that never really worked out the way I had hoped it was going to when you go all the way back to the Tyrone Crawford contract extension. This time, the Cowboys won't be asking Osa to cut weight and drop weight and add weight and lose weight and all kinds of nonsense there. So the downside of losing Osa was you had nothing at 3 technique, right? You've got at least a player you can throw out for a bunch of snaps. Osa played a ton of snaps for the Cowboys. He was a consistent guy out there who I still think needs to be better as a run defender, and even acknowledging I think the Cowboys' main run defense issues last year were predominantly based around mobile quarterbacks and early season stuff there. But there's risk involved here, no matter what way you slice it. You're paying a lot of money. You now need Osa Odighizuwa to be one of your best defensive players. This deal has to look better and turn out better than some of the other recent extensions given out by the Cowboys. They've had some issues there. Injuries have been a key factor in that, and that's something I want to acknowledge too. But there's risk here. So if you're worried about paying great money to a good player, I get that. If you were worried about having no viable options or this team just not spending the money, I can't rule out the possibility it was Osa or they don't sign anybody really at all, then I get that too. There is risk involved here. No matter what the Cowboys decided, it was a risky proposition. Today's show is made possible by PrizePicks. It is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. They are available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. Now, in most cases, I like the flex play. I can get one wrong and still cash out. I can double my money, even if one of my picks does not hit. For this Chat Sports-led football season-long PrizePicks, it's just 2. No flex play option there. More than Lamar passing yards, less than Bryce Young passing yards. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Go to with PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, now the nitty-gritty contract details are not yet known. And I think there is, maybe we get some stuff tomorrow on that with like how it's going to be structured and everything. But the nitty-gritty stuff, for me to get up here and tell you, this is his year 1 cap hit. Can't do it. I don't know what that year 1 cap hit is going to end up looking like. It's just not something that I can tell you at this time. We have to kind of wait and see how it all ends up playing out. Now, I can guess, but I can also tell you where the average per year fits in among the highest paid defensive tackles. By getting him at about $20 million per year, he comes in a little bit lower. He doesn't crack the top 10. He slots in at 15. Now, I'll make notes. 15 is going to change a little bit because Javon Hargrave's probably going to get cut and Allen might get cut. So maybe it ends up like 13 or something or 14. But right now, Osa Odighizuwa is the 15th highest paid defensive tackle in the NFL. When you put it in that context, it doesn't sound, I think, nearly as bad as, $20 million per year. That's just how much the defensive tackle market has grown, and maybe Milton Williams jumps him in the open market in free agency as well. But that's right where Osa slots in. And, $15 million per year with a lot of these contracts being done before Osa, it makes you feel a little bit better about it. Let's put it that way. The next goal here at Chat Sports is 2,900 subscribers on the Cowboys Report. Help us get there. We'll do a second video later this afternoon, kind of fallout from Osa. Hit that sub button to stay locked in. So I do want to, as best as I possibly can right now, discuss the salary cap impact for Osa and for the Cowboys. Now, I don't know precisely what the year 1 cap hit is going to be. My guess is the Cowboys will have a void year. They'll guarantee the first 2 years at minimum for Osa, maybe even part of a little bit part of year 3. So I'm going to guess it's an $8.5 million year 1 cap hit. That's going to be my guess. That they'll do most of what the franchise tag would have been at $25 million-ish, maybe a little bit more as the signing bonus. It could come in a little bit lower. It could come in higher. That's going to be my rough guess. I almost went with 10, but 8.5 worked out pretty well for the math I was doing on this stuff too. So that is a guess. I don't know exactly what it'll be. It assumes there's a void year. If there's no void year, maybe it's a little bit different. But smart teams use void years when you're trying to win games. Cowboys are trying to win games. So that's going to be my guess. That's the over-under, so to speak. So as of right now, again, this is the over-the-cap projections here. Although I will make notes, Todd Archer is saying $6 million, like right the second on the cap. So we'll just ride with 8.5 because it gives you the good rough estimate there. Currently projected on over the cap, $3.5 million in cap space. The Osa cap hit would then bring you down to -5. Now, if it's the 6 number Todd mentions, that's like more like -3. Again, that's the guess. You do get up to, from -5, to $32 million in total cap space once you restructure Dak Prescott. Once you restructure CeeDee Lamb, you get $52.5 million in cap space. And if you do the damn smart thing, you extend Micah Parsons, you get $71.5 million. So I want to emphasize this part. Paying Osa is not about, okay, we fixed everything. Paying Osa is, okay, that's step 1. Now we can move forward and have some growth and add more talent in free agency, in the draft, resign some guys you want to resign, money is not an issue, even after paying Osa Odighizuwa. Don't let anyone, including the Jones boys, tell you otherwise. Even with paying Osa his $20 million per year, the Cowboys have more than enough cap and more than enough cash to add more talent and make this team better. So are you glad the Cowboys paid Osa? Again, save space to comment. Y for yes, N for no.